So I told this story to a couple of friends of mine, and they wanted me to make a video about it. And I thought it was funny. I was like, you know what? It is. Well, it's not really a funny story, but other people find humor in it. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tell people this story. Um. Oh, God bless her. Anyway, so once upon a time, there was a 9-year-old boy. I can't remember this kid's name, but we had two kids. We had two bad kids on our block. This was in Diamond Bar, California, and I was I was I was 15. No, I was 14. Yeah, I was 14 years old. So this was wow, it was 20 years ago. So anyway, these kids, there were two bad kids. What they would do is they would put kittens in pillowcases and hit them against the sidewalk and kill them and stuff like that. I think that you should know that before you hear the rest of the story, because that way you're not gonna get mad at me, and if you do, f you. So, anywho, uh, I had this cool pet coyote. Well, he wasn't coyote. He was three-quarters coyote, and he was awesome. I loved this guy, and he would be out in the woods and everything out there in Diamond Bar, and he'd come by and I would feed him and everything, and he was very loyal to me, only me. So one day this kid is throwing rocks at my pet coyote. Sounds funny, and of course I was not happy, so I looked at him and was like, hey, stop that shit, 9-year-old boy. Can't remember his name, so I'm just gonna call him 9-year-old boy. Let's call him Danny, just because it sounds like, one of those names. Hey, Danny, stop that crap. So anyway, Danny, he starts throwing rocks at me, at my head, and that pissed me off. So one of them hit me because he was throwing these things fast. You know those little rocks that are like lava rock? Lava rock is something you clean your stove with as well, or not lava rock, but it was lava rock actually. It was lava rock gravel, which not good. It frays it anyway. He throws these at me, and I'm thinking I'm gonna teach this little screwball a lesson. So he throws about 5 of them at me, and I'm dodging them, and one gets me right here and cuts me. I go up and I grab this little 9-year-old kid, and I bring him up to my face, right? So I'm just like, ugh! I mean, I was angry! And he says, haha, oops. I'm like, yeah, oops. Oh, no, wait. Before that, he says, you can't do anything to me. I'm only 9 years old. Ha, 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 ha. So that's when I proceeded to be like, okay, well, he thinks because he's 9 years old, he can get away with crap. I can't do anything. So I go over there, I grab this kid, I bring him forward and up. And he goes, haha, oops. I'm like, yeah, oops. And I bring my hand all the way back. And right then, my buddy Alex came out. He was my neighbor. He was like 12 or 13. It's like, hey, Justin, what's going on? I just ignored him. My hand comes all the way back, and I just, boom, every ounce of strength from every fiber of my being, every cell in my body just, I don't know what the word is, excreted? Every energy? No, it's not excretion. I don't know how to put it. I was channeled, focused, and squeezed every ounce of strength out of my body. And I smacked this kid right across his face. Boom! So hard. I followed through that my body kept spinning, and I had to catch myself from falling over. This kid, he gets slapped, and he just, boom! Spin number 1, and spun twice before he hit the ground. Knocked out. Now here's the funny part. My neighbor, best friend at the time, Alex, His grandma just opened the door right when I made contact with this kid. You know? And boom! She's like, oh, Alex, get inside! Alex just goes inside, right? This kid, Danny, wakes up. I'm looking at him like, he gets up and looks at me. He's like, I can see he's gonna cry, so I'm helping him out with the noises. I'm like, and he grabbed it. It's like, that's what you were supposed to do. He goes to home, which is only it was Alex's neighbor actually, who's only 2 houses down, crying to Mama. I'm like, well, problem solved. So I go and I decide I'm going to water the lawn, because that's the reason I went outside. So I'm watering the lawn. His mom comes up and she's like, you want to hit my kid? Why don't you try hitting me? And I was thinking, I don't want to hear this crap, so I'm here watering the lawn, and I just right up to her face. And it was funny because she's like, and the way she did it, it was so exaggerated, even with her voice. So, oh, is my computer still on? Yeah, it is. It just, the screensaver popped up. How long is this video? 6:30. Okay, so anyway, she does that. She's like, I'm going to go and call the police. I'm like, yeah, you should do that. So I'm thinking, well, the cops are going to be here soon. I better go inside. It was on Navajo Springs in Diamond Bar, California. 91765. I'm not going to give you the street address, though. So anyway, I go back inside and I sit down on the couch and I turn on the TV. I'm like, Mom, the police are going to come here soon. My mom, what? Like, the cops are going to come here. I slapped Jarrett! That's his name! I slapped Jarrett and knocked him out. So his mom came over. She's like, oh my God. I'm like, calm down. Anyway, his mom came over and I sprayed her in the face with the water hose. She's like, ah! What do you do that for? I was like, 'cause she's a bitch, and that's the kid who kills the kittens in the pillowcases. She's like, oh, well, okay then. And all of a sudden, just once people find out what kind of family this was, they're like, oh, well, you had to do what you had to do. I did do what I had to do. Cops show up. I'm not going to tell you the conversation with the cops. It was LAPD, or LA Sheriff's Department. I've never had a problem with LA. I had a problem with Chino Police, Azusa Police, a lot of police departments, but Los Angeles county sheriffs have always been really good, and they listen to situations like, that kid's a dumbass. You know, I'm not going to tell you just slapped him, but you did have to protect yourself. My God. You know, and then Chino PD, that's another great law enforcement. We got some good law enforcement out there. The rest are jerks. Really bad people. Oh, Laverne PD. Oh, God bless them. Anyway, so, yeah, that's the end of the story. The police show up, and they go over there, they talk to the mom, and they're like, well, you're walking towards him, threatening him and on his property, so he sprayed on the hose, and your son was throwing rocks at him. He's got a little cut right there to prove that. And apparently when the cops saw this kid, the sheriff said that when I slapped this kid, it was like red like a marker. He thought that they actually put color on his face to make it look exaggerated. They actually had to touch it to make sure that nothing came off. The kid was like, ow! I slapped that little bitch hard. And then 2 other units came up, and they started talking to me like, oh, you're the one who slapped Jarrett? Like, yeah, God, we get calls on that kid all the time. Oh, finally someone taught him a lesson. You know what? After that day, that young kid never killed another cat, never hurt another animal, and never bullied another kid on the block. Ever. So, you know, sometimes violence solves a lot, whether you guys like it or not, but only when people deserve it. Anyway, that's the end of my story. Sorry the video took a lot longer than I wanted, but, you know, that was fun day. Good times.